Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably tell right now, I've done the entire base of my makeup apart from my eyes. And that is because in today's video, I'm testing out Beauty Bay's new Colour Theory palettes and let me just get them out the box. Okay, first off, can we appreciate how cool the packaging is? I'm sure some of you guys probably would have seen on social media, on Instagram and Twitter and things like that, that Beauty Bay as a brand themselves, as a website, have launched their own eyeshadow palettes, which is something they've never done before, so that's super exciting. And as you guys know, I love Beauty Bay. This video is sponsored by them, but I'm going to be talking through my, first impressions. I'm going to be swatching these palettes, doing an eye look with them, and yeah, basically just showing you guys what they're like and what I think of them. So just a quick bit of information about these, that there is 3 of them. As you can see, there is Identity, Evolve, and then Origin, and obviously I will show you the insides of them in a second. But they launch on the 13th of September, which I believe is today as you're watching this. So hopefully as you're watching this video, they should be live now. If they are, I will leave a link down below in the description box. They are £25 each, which I think is pretty good considering the amount of shade you get in here, which you guys will see in a sec. Yeah, I'm sure you just want to see what's inside, so let's just get on to the makeup. So before I actually do my eye look, I'm just going to talk a bit about the palettes. The first one is Origin. On the press release, the Origin palette is described as warm neutral shades for casual and daytime looks. So I think this is probably the one that I'm going to be testing today. I mean, obviously I'm going to be showing you guys all of them, but I can't physically use all of them on my eyes. So these are what they look like on the inside. As you can see, it's a pretty big palette. You get 42 shades in here, which I think for £25 is amazing. And oh my god, just wait until you see inside. So we have the matte black, and then you open it up and oh my god, you guys, look at this. Is that not just beautiful? 42 shades and a ginormous mirror for £25. Like, I think they've done such a good job on these palettes, and I'm genuinely not just saying that because they're sponsoring this video. I did have a little bit of a play around with these when I went to do some filming with Beauty Bay before, so technically this is kind of like my second impression, but I thought I would do a testing video anyway because you guys obviously haven't seen them on my channel. So they've actually got a really cool system where along the top they've got numbers, so it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is 7 columns. Is that a column? I always get this the wrong way around. And then on the rows, there's 6 different rows. It says base, transition, crease, liner, pop, and highlight. So it's kind of like a grid system. So if you are a beginner or if you just want some guidance about what shades work together, they've kind of planned it all out like that, which I think is such a cool idea. I haven't really seen anything like this before where it's actually got numbers and then like, don't know, like a description of what you use the shades for. I just think it's very clever how they've done this whole grid system. So obviously you don't have to exactly stick to each of the rows. You can just mix and match with any of the shades that you like, but if you wanted a quick easy look, for example, you could just go to number 4 and then you've got your base color, transition color, a shade for the crease, a liner shade, and then you've got your pop of color and then a highlight shade. So yeah, I think it's just a really cool system. I'm not going to swatch all 42 shades because I don't think that that will physically fit on my arm, but I am going to swatch my favorite row for you guys out of each of the palettes just so you can see like what the pigmentation is like of the shades and just get like an overall idea for the formula. We then have Evolve, which is described as the soft neutrals and warm pops of colour for wearable but experimental day and night looks. This one looks like this. It's just got the gold metallic, and then on the inside, this one looks like this. So it's a little bit different to the previous one. There's a few more darker, smokier shades in here, and a few more pops of colour as well. There's a teal green over here. There's this really cool like duochrome blue, purpley, bluey green sort of colour. There's a silver, there's a navy blue, there's some brighter golds and things, and a couple more pink tones. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, obviously there's still loads of neutrals in there as well, but this one has just got a couple more daring shades, a few more dark shades as well. So that one is called Evolve. And this mirror, like, you could do your entire face. You could probably even see your outfit in this mirror because it's that big. And then the final palette is Identity. This one is described as bright and bold shades for creative and daring looks. And this one is blue, and on the inside, whoops, we've lost the plastic. This one looks like this, which I absolutely love the look of. How gorgeous is this palette? I think I'm definitely going to be using this on my eyes in an upcoming video. I'm not going to use this one today just because I want to show you the Origin one because it's the, I feel like that's probably going to be the most popular one because it's their everyday sort of neutrals palette, whereas this one is a bit more bright and bold, but I'll definitely use this in an upcoming video because look at these shades. I think it's gorgeous. Obviously there are some bright reds in here, there's some more purple shades, there's this really cool lime green sort of colour down here, there's another kind of bluey colour over here. It's also got like a bright orange, mustard yellow, but then again it still has some neutrals in there, so if you wanted to do something a little bit more toned down then you could definitely do that with this, but I would say this is definitely the palette to go for if you want to do something a bit more daring. The mattes especially I was really impressed with because a lot of the time matte shades, like I never really go off the swatches on like your hand or something because matte shades are kind of difficult to swatch because they're matte, and shimmer shades just tend to swatch a lot easier, but the matte shades in here are so creamy and just beautifully pigmented and they feel really, really soft as well. Wait, let's do a couple of matte like live swatches. So I've taken like an orange one, and if you just like look at the pigmentation of that, like they swatch so nicely. Like look at those for matte shades. I just think they've got a really good formula here with the eyeshadows. And again, like I'm not just praising these because I was sponsored to do this video. You guys know that if I didn't like a product then I just wouldn't accept a sponsorship on it, but these, I just think Beauty Bay have done a great job. So, oh, but even though I said the mattes are amazing, the shimmers as well are also incredible. Like look at this gold colour. Let's do a live swatch right here. Look at that pigmentation. Hang on, I need to take this off. So like I said, I'm going to do a look using the Origin palette, which is the more neutral one, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of stick to the grid system. I might dip into a couple of the other shades just because obviously there's no set rules telling you that you have to use each of the rows and columns, but this first row here is just calling my name for a neutral warm toned golden eye. And quite a few of my videos recently I've been doing some looks with pops of colour, so please don't hate me that I'm going for a warm toned eyeshadow look today, but yeah, I think I'm going to do number one just because it looks really nice. So I'm taking the base shade from column number one and I'm literally just going to put this all over my eyelid. It's pretty much the same colour as my skin tone, so it doesn't really do much, but it's just to kind of make sure that everything blends nicely on top of it. And I'm just going to follow the system. So next I'm taking the transition shade, which is this one just here. Whoa, okay, that's really pigmented. And I'm just blending this through my crease, but I'm going to blend this one quite high up towards my brow bone just so it acts as a nice transition shade. Follow that. And then taking the crease shade, I'm holding it upside down, but it's this one here, which is a slightly darker warm toned brown, and I'm just gonna focus this mostly in my crease rather than blending it up towards my eyebrow. Ooh, this is a nice kind of reddish brown. Okay, and then going back to my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend those two shades together. So I'm then taking the liner shade, which is a darker brown, and it's also a matte colour, and I'm just going to take this on a flat brush again. And I am going to kind of use this as liner, but I'm going to do like a smoky liner. So this shade is probably going to end up all over my lid, but I am going to still use it kind of like, you know, just along here. And then I'm going to blend it into the other shade. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit here by bringing this onto my lid, but I mean, you know, like I said, you don't have to specifically stick to the rules, but I'm just using this as a kind of smoky colour on my eyelid. Okay, and then going back to my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend those together. When I found out that these were £25, I was honestly so excited because normally a palette of this size with this many shades would, I don't know, normally be around £40 or £50. So I don't know how they've managed to do so many shades for £25, but I just think that's really awesome because then they're still accessible. Next, I'm taking the Pop shade, and from this column that I'm using, it's the gorgeous bronzy gold that I swatched earlier, which is actually why I chose this column because, I don't know, it just swatched really nicely and I thought it would be a good one to put all over my lid. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on my eyelid. We're just going for this kind of smoky bronzy look today. Oh my god, look at that. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I'm then just going to go back in with all of the shades apart from the base, starting with the transition, and then I'm going to use the crease shade as well. Just a little bit of everything mixed together just along my lower lash line. Actually, I'm going to take the liner shade on a bit of a smaller brush. I'm just going to do that a little bit closer to the lash line. And then finally, I'm using the highlight shade from down here. This one is actually a matte highlight for your inner corners or your brow bone. To be fair, I did have a little bit of highlighter already on my brow bone and inner corners, but I'm just going to test this matte shade. Okay, it's a very pigmented kind of white colour. Okay, so this is definitely a really nice, yeah, you can see that there. It's a really nice bright white matte highlight shade. So if you guys like to use matte colours to highlight your brow bone especially, then that is that one. Whoa. But again, I am just going to cheat a little bit and I'm going to dip into the column next door, which is this one here, and I'm just going to take the highlight shade from column 2 just because I like to have a little bit of sparkle in my inner corners, and sometimes I just like to break the rules, you know. Oh wait, actually I want to put a bit of that bronzy colour on my lower lash line. I'm going back to the pop shade. And I'm just going to put some of this along here as well to make it a bit more shimmery. So let me just give you a close-up of the finished eyeshadow look before I do liner and lashes and stuff. So as you can see with those colours, I've just created this really pretty bronzy smoky eye. I feel like depending on how much makeup you like to wear, this could either be a daytime look or a nighttime look, but yeah, the colours are just absolutely beautiful. You guys know that I love these warm shades, and yeah, it's just really pretty. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly go off camera and do my lashes. And when I say quickly, I mean it will be quick for you, but it probably won't be quick for me because it takes me about 10 minutes to stick them on. So I'll be back when I'm done. So these are my lashes now stuck on. They're actually the Unicorn Cosmetics Majestic AF lashes, which are also from Beauty Bay. Just while the glue is drying, I'm going to apply lipstick because I realised that I completely forgot to do that at the beginning. This is the Ofra liquid lipstick in Sao Paulo, or Sao Paulo, I'm not sure how you say it. Again, you can also get these on Beauty Bay. This is the old packaging. They've now got a new packaging, I think. So that is this look done, and this is my kind of testing video done. As you guys could see, like, the palettes perform really nicely. The pigmentation is gorgeous, the shades are gorgeous. I think like the way that they've done the whole gridding system is really cool. Yeah, just in general, I think, you know, like the price point and everything, the fact that it's got a good mirror. There isn't really any negatives that I can pick out about these palettes. The only one downside is they do get fingerprints on them quite easily, so just be careful of that. But they do come off with a makeup wipe and it literally just turns out brand new, so there's a little tip for you. So here is my finished look. Okay, I know the lashes are now kind of covering it, but this is the finished kind of bronzy glam look using the Origin palette. So that is it basically. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I've pretty much covered everything. If you guys want to get your hands on these palettes, you can get them on www.beautybay.com, which is their website. It will be linked down below. Let me just quickly do question of the day, which I do in all of my videos when I remember. Question of the day comes from Alicia Loves Decide Men, and she said, can you make a gaming channel please? Maybe at some point in the future, if I ever get back into gaming, I might make a gaming channel. And this was a comment on my kind of like Q&A type video, because I mentioned that I used to play Xbox and like Minecraft and stuff. Maybe one day I will. Who knows? Anyway, that is it. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it so much if you joined. Just press that subscribe button down there, turn on the notifications so that you actually get to see my videos. And yeah, that is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!